Let's talk about Evan Rachel Wood, because very soon everyone is going to be, and we want to get out there in front of the conversation turning incredibly toxic. What you should know is that back in February of 2021, actor Evan Rachel Wood released a statement in which she accused her ex-boyfriend, Marilyn Manson, you might be familiar with him, real name Brian Warner, of grooming and abusing her during the course of their relationship. Manson has denied these claims. He says that all of his intimate relationships have, quote, always been entirely consensual. Now, since then, Evan Rachel Wood spoke publicly about being sexually assaulted and abused, but did not name a perpetrator. Well, Manson is now suing Wood for defamation. Now, if any of this seems a little bit familiar, there are some similarities to the situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And not just going into this process, my fear, the reason we want to talk about this now is I have a feeling I know how the social media conversation is going to go. And it is going to be incredibly similar to the situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And not only because there are some similarities to the situation, but because some people made absolute bank off of that stuff. And now the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing really isn't in the news nearly as much. And so for some people, many of whom had no legal training, no court experience, anything like that, they were making videos about fitness or makeup or whatever and getting whatever views they were. They started talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and they found they got way more attention and way more money. Well, now Johnny Depp's out of the news. Do you think they're just gonna go back to doing reviews of toasters or whatever? No, they wanna replace that with something. And so this situation arises, and I wanna ask you a question. Do you think they will look seriously and with an open mind at the evidence of the trial? Or do you think that they will simply apply whatever it is that worked with Johnny Depp onto this in pursuit of views and money? What do you think? As one example, by the way, I want to jump to That Umbrella Guy. So apparently his channel was relatively successful before Johnny Depp. He was getting something like 500,000 views per week. That's pretty good. That jumped to 3 to 6 million during the trial. So many times over, his most viewed videos were super neutral, unbiased things like Amber Heard admits Depp hoax and bombshell audio. I don't recall that actually happening, but I bet it got a lot of views. Judge's bombshell decision ruins Amber Heard. Depp finally sees justice. So we'll see. He has apparently turned to now tweeting and talking on social media about the Evan Rachel Wood thing. Maybe he'll be open-minded. And honestly, I don't care about this guy. There's a lot of them on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and all of that. But Adrian, I know the sort of conversation that this drew. I know what this did to people, how eager they were to, like basically burn a woman at the stake. And I feel like the appetite is still gonna be there.
Yes, and I fear that as well, and I think it will still be there. I do think it probably will be less prominent, however, because the thing is, Amber Heard had a lot of skeletons in the closet and things that weren't so much in the closet, but a lot of people in Hollywood knew about. And so there were things out there also too, her going, trying to be this ambassador for women who've been violated, saying that she was donating all the proceeds of the divorce, all these things that made her very much look incredible and like she could not be trusted. I don't necessarily know that Evan Rachel Wood has that same kind of profile that will haunt her. It doesn't mean that there won't be people on social media who will try to lie on her name, but I think it might be a little bit more difficult than it was when it came to Amber Heard.
Yeah, I think that all makes sense, but I just wonder to what extent it even matters. I think that there is an appetite there. I mean, this is what all, and by the way, I don't know about any of these individual creators or whatever on TikTok or on YouTube or whatever. Maybe they'll be awesome. I don't know. But like grift is about identifying a thirst to hear something, to experience an emotion, to be part of a community that feels a sense of superiority around a topic. And I think that they know that that still exists. And I think that they will use whatever raw materials are there to create it. I don't know Evan Rachel Wood. I don't know Marilyn Manson. I don't know any about this. And I'm not that interested in court cases, so I'm probably not gonna be following it super closely. But I have a feeling that you can already predict how the videos are gonna be framed, what they're gonna focus on, what they're gonna ignore, how they're gonna interpret information. And I just don't see, especially this year, when so many people have like tried to like force society to move on from the Me Too movement. and then they eagerly watch Roe v. Wade being destroyed. Like there is this resurgence of enthusiastic, like just hot misogyny.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is gonna be the next chapter of it.
Absolutely, this is a pendulum swinging back from the Me Too movement. And this is what people are trying to restore the balance. So I think you're absolutely right, there will be a lot of it. But again, I think it's a little bit difficult because Evan Rachel Wood is damn sure not Amber Heard. Also, we know Marilyn Manson is not Johnny Depp. So I actually don't think this is gonna go in his favor at all, no matter how many entities, organizations he sets up when it comes to creating these social media trending campaigns.
You might be right. I mean, the reason I want to talk about this with you is that I don't generally follow this stuff so much. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I hope that you're right. I hope that it's different. I hope that I have underestimated society.
Now, is it dog or dog penis?
Jeez.
Sorry.
I don't.
Sorry, you did it.
Is it a whole plate? Anyway, with that said, we have only a few more minutes. I'm gonna read one or two comments and we're gonna jump into maybe my favorite topic of the day, I guess. Matthias sent in his super chat to say, people may also not wanna marry until their life is more stable. It's far harder to buy a home that creates stability. Instability likely pushes marriage into older age. I think that you're totally right. And so, when the powers that be make it impossible to own a home, to retire, to save, they're also affecting the social stuff that they claim to want, like marriage.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.